Hey guys, I'm just a freak, and guess what? I was finally able to, I don't know, upload this video, and yeah, I'm pretty glad that I was able to do it. It was a bit of work, but yeah, I can finally show you guys my collection. So first of all, this is my setup over here. So I have three Billy bookcases with extensions on top, and also one middle corner shelf that it's not that wide. That is mainly for comic books and some vinyls, but I also have a shelf for manga. On top of the Billys, I have a ton of manga box sets. I also have a couple of box sets on another shelf, but yeah. And for the arrangement of my shelves, mainly the extension, the top one, is for big hardcovers, and after that I normally set them up in I don't know, if take these books as an example, because those are pretty common. So we have the size for a Viz normal volume, the smaller one, and we also have the size for a volume, a Viz signature volume. So that means that if we look at it like that, as I said, the first shelf on the top, that's unaltered because it was pretty hard there, it's an extension. And after that, the setup is kind of like this, at least for the first two bookcases. So it's going to be, first one up there, it's gonna be the size of a Viz big, after that normal Viz, Viz big, Viz big, and it's gonna be normal Viz, and normal Viz. Same goes for the second shelf, and for the third shelf, I have, of course, the extension unaltered. That's for big stuff. Viz big, normal Viz, Viz big, Viz big, Viz big, Viz big, and there, right down there, just a little bit of I know the smallest shelf, because I had to use more Viz bigs in this one in order to, I don't know, stuck everything in. Now, in terms of how I actually order my manga in the collection, I think I use chaos. I don't know. A lot of things won't make sense to you. A lot of things are just how they are and in this position because they either fit in that way, or for me it actually makes sense in a pretty weird way because I know that they are in that spot, and that way I am able to actually get to them fast when I need them, and I don't have to look around. Some I don't know, I like them in terms of chromatic, but yeah, mostly it's chaos, and you're gonna see that some things won't make sense. Some series put next to each other, they are not supposed to make any sense, at least not for normal people, but maybe just for freaks like me. Now let's get to some stats. So I've been collecting manga from May 2017. I've got to a point where I own around 2400 volumes, and those are practically staked in 2000 books. And that is because I don't know, I count for example a 3-in-1, I count it as 3 volumes, but I keep both of the counters in Excel because I don't know, those kind of things are fun for me. Besides that, I have a total of 44 shelves, I think, in this collection, if you counter double stack. And as you can see, I'm running out of room. So I was running out of room half a collection ago, but I double stack a bunch of volumes. So yeah, I'm running out of room. I don't know what I'll do. You know how big my halls are. I think I'll need a bigger house at some point. because I don't want to spread the collection in any other rooms from my current house. Now, I'm gonna try to do this as short as possible. So I'll try not to talk too much about the series because it's gonna be a lot to stick in a single video. I don't know how successful I'm gonna be, and I think that even without talking a lot about everything here, it's gonna be, I don't know, still too long. So I'm gonna practically try to set up in the YouTube video a bunch of markers so that you guys can at least navigate bookcase through bookcase. So I know, in case that you want to see one bookcase today, you can come back tomorrow and you don't have to search in your timeline or leave your YouTube video open until then. So hopefully that will help. So either markers in the timeline of the video, if not, I'll set some timers in the description. So hopefully it will help. Now, in terms of how I'm going to do it, first of all, I'll go through all of the box sets up there and also on the other shelf, other part of the room. After that, I'll go bookcase by bookcase from top to bottom. First, I'm gonna do this one, so this is gonna be bookcase number 1, bookcase number 2. After that, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the middle one over there and bookcase number 3. So yeah, I hope that you're gonna have fun. I hope that you're gonna like it. And if you like it, please leave a like. It's highly appreciated. If you love it, and if this wasn't too shaky for you, because I don't know, I moved the camera a lot, consider subscribing to the channel, because I'm doing a lot of hauls and content, manga related, comic related, figures, stuff like that. And yeah, I would really appreciate to have you here on my journey. Also, I finally was able to get an affiliate link. It's not such a big deal, but I have it now. I managed to set it up with Book Depository. So if you want to support this channel and, I don't know, contribute to it and show your support to me and, I don't know, help me get some better gear over the time, you can do that by just clicking a link. When you buy your manga from Book Depository, you don't have to pay anything extra for that. It's just pressing that link and using that tab in your Google Chrome in your browser for actually doing your shopping. I'll get a small percentage as publicity. So yeah, that's gonna be really nice. But yeah, even if you don't do that, I'm still planning to always upgrade and get new gear and stuff like that. But if you consider it, it will be really appreciated. I'll leave a link in the channel description and in the video description and stuff like that. Please keep in mind that my tripod is not that big. Yeah, that's what she said, and I'm such a man-child that I have to do jokes like that from time to time. If not, probably I'm gonna implode one day. So, as I said, it's not that big. It's actually, it can't be that big, because all of this setup has somewhere about 3 meters or something like that in height. So for the top shelves and also for the box sets, I'm gonna end up actually sitting on some chairs and trying to use this tripod as steady as I can, but it's gonna be a little bit wobbly, shaky on that end. But keep in mind that as I go down, I'm gonna try to use the tripod as much as possible and have a steady frame so that you guys won't get too dizzy while watching this collection video. So yeah, sorry for that. I'm trying my best here, and this is my first experience doing it. So yeah, that's for the tripod. So hopefully I haven't bored you already and you're still planning to stay here for the manga collection video. I think that it's gonna be fun. It's gonna take a lot to do, and I don't know, it's quite a long journey. It's the thing that I know it got me really passionate about in the last couple of years, and it's something that I'm gonna enjoy and do for a long time from now on. And yeah, let me share you what I have, and hope you like it. Now, I know, let's move to the box sets. So first of all, sorry if the camera is shaking a lot. I had to climb on some chairs to be able to actually film anything up here, since my tripod isn't that big. But yeah, first one is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. This contains the whole run. The second one is Oran High School Host Club, whole series. After that I have Rosario Vampire, and this contains season 1 and 2 complete. After that I have the 3 box sets for Naruto that will contain the whole Naruto run, so both Naruto Shippuden. In the middle there I have the king of this collection in his rightful place, practically a picture of Batman. And behind him I have the box set for Full Metal Alchemist and the box set for Claymore. So I think that Claymore for sure was the first series that I picked up and the first box sets that I picked up, and Full Metal Alchemist I think was the second one. Next I have the complete run for Bleach. So this contains the whole I think 78 volumes. Next to Bleach I have Bakuman. This is done by the same guys that did Death Note. And I have the first 2 box sets for One Piece. Now let's get on the other side. And on the other side of the wall I have Akira, the 35th anniversary edition. This was something that I pre-ordered when it first came out. And yeah, it's a beautiful piece to have in your collection, and I hope that you guys will get it at some point. And next to it, actually on top of it, I have the first box set for Fairy Tail, and I also have a video for that one on the channel, so check it out if you want to see more. And I also have Princess Jellyfish, the whole run right there. And let's jump to the other part. I have the Pandora box. This is the second most beautiful box set that I have in my collection. It actually comes in a box, and it contains the full set of the Pandora Hearts series. On top of it I have the box set for Revolutionary Girl Utena. Also have a video regarding this one on the channel. And sorry about the glare, let me fix it. Here I have the second box set for Vampire Knight. Sadly I wasn't able to pick up box set 1 since it was out of print. On top of it I have the box set for A Silent Voice, another great series. And I also have the box set for Blackbird on top of these comics. I also have Magical Knight Reart, but that one is on the shelves at the moment, for the moment. By the way, I also have a video for this one if you want to check out what's inside of this box. So these were my box sets. As I always say in my videos, I own a lot of box sets because I think that it's a great value. It adds a great value to the price because you get a lot of volumes for cheap if you buy them like this, and you also get the box and the extras. So yeah, slowly I'll try to add a video for each one of them on my channel so that people will be able to look inside of them and see what they are buying and what they are getting inside of the package. Now let's move on to the first shelf. Starting with my top shelf, I have the complete run for the Visbigs for Vagabond, volume 1 from 12. These are all 3-in-1s, so they contain about 36 volumes. And as you can see, let me get Saitama out of the way a bit. These have an amazing spine appeal. So I don't know, for me it's one of the nicest spine in my bookcase. Next to that, I have the entire run for Blade of the Immortal, omnibuses from Dark Horse, volume 1 to 10. These are containing the whole run for Blade of the Immortal, so that's 30 volumes. And some of them were hard to find because of Dark Horse, but I'm so happy that I have them, and shout out to Bizarre for helping me find the last volume that I was missing. And on top over there I have All You Need Is Skill. That's a 2-in-1 omnibus that contains the whole series. It's made by the same duo that did Death Note, and it's pretty nice read, short read. It was one of the first mangas that I got into my collection, and I would say that it's a good starting point if you need some seinen. I think that's seinen. If you need some seinen series, short series to try it out, the medium, and see if you like it or not. And of course in the corner we have CC from Code Geass. Overall you could say that this is my samurai shelf, except from All You Need Is Skill. It's kind of like, I don't know, an intruder on this shelf, but I still like that series a lot, and it was one of my first ones, so yeah, it can stay there with these masterpieces. On the second shelf I have this nice figure made out of wood. This was gifted to me by my friends during one of my birthdays. They said that it looks like me, so yeah, I'm not gonna say that they're wrong about this one. And let's get this out of the way. As you can see, I have a bunch of Junji Ito's hardcovers, all printed out by Viz Media. I really like Junji Ito. I like his horror and how freaky everything is. So we have Frankenstein, Shiver, Smashed, and Fragments of Horror. These are all collection of short stories. Frankenstein is a little bit longer than his usual short stories, but nevertheless, this is also a collection of short stories. After that, we have Uzumaki. This is a 3-in-1. After that, we have Tomi. This is a 4-in-1, if I remember correctly. And last but not least, we have Gaio. And I think this one is my favorite from him. After that, I have everything that's out there for Vinland Saga. As you can see, this is Omnibus 1 through 11. This is an amazing series by Makoto Yoshimura, and let me get this figure out of the way. After that, you can see that I also have Planet S, the 2 omnibuses from Makoto Yoshimura. So this one, Vinland Saga, all of these are 3-in-1s, if I remember right. So that's gonna make for 33 volumes. After that, these are 2-in-1s, each one of them, so another 4 volumes. Yeah, he's a great mangaka. His storytelling, it's top-notch. His artwork is mind-blowing at some points, and these are 2 different approaches to the genre. So the first one is a shonen seinen manga about Vikings, but it delves into more subjects than that. I think that's something that both of these 2 series have in common, because even if each one belongs to a genre, they dive into a lot of topics. So for example, in this one, to strategy, religion, besides fighting, and Vikings and their way of life, and so on. And the other one is a slice of life drama involving some, I know, space garbage collectors. But yeah, it's amazing. People are reflecting on their life and on the whole existence of mankind in this universe. It's pretty amazing. I recommend both of these two series. And this is a figure that I've got at some point in the mail from the game Nier Automata. It's a pretty nice figure, and yeah, too bad it's a bootleg. I had no idea when I ordered it. It seemed a little bit cheaper than I was expecting, because in the box set this was pretty expensive, but yeah, I'm still happy that I'm able to have it. And yeah, overall a pretty nice shelf. A lot of great stuff in here, a lot of hardcovers, and I'm pretty happy with this one. On the third shelf I have volume 1 through 12 from High Rise Invasion. This is still an ongoing series. I have until volume 14 in the mail, and I think that another two are still missing until the series is finished. After that I have here on the top a normal. This is from Gan, and it's a set of short stories involving yokai. Nothing to blow you away, but it was a nice read. After that I have, I think these are containing 7 volumes from Dragon Half. This is complete. After that next one is from Vertical, and this is Prophecy volume 1 to 3 complete. After that I have Immortal Hounds volume 1 through 6. This is complete. After this story right here there is another sequel, and that one is called Immortal Regis, I think, but it's not yet in print in English, and I don't even know if we're gonna get it, because I don't feel that this was popular enough. After that I have volume 1 through 13 from Devil's Line. This is complete. I think that there is a volume 14 if I'm not wrong, but that one is just a set of short stories in the same universe. And in the back over there, sorry about the glare, I have volume 1 through 8 from To the Abandoned Sacred Beast. This is done by Maybe, the same duo that does Tales of Wedding Ring. And here on the top I have volume 1 from Spawn and volume 2. This is a pain in the butt for me, because I ordered volume 3 two separate times and never got it, and it's really hard to find, and I'm afraid that this will remain an uncompleted series in my collection. And of course this shelf is double stacked, so let's see what we have in the back. So this one is more of a comedy drama shelf, and I have here the complete run for Ease. This is volume 1 through 15. After that I have the complete run from Tokyopop for Ayu Yoriaoshi. This is volume 1 through 17. After that I have Spirited Away complete 1 through 5. This is not actually a manga. I don't even know what this one is, because I don't know, let me know in the comments if you know, but this is more of the Spirited Away movie put into a comic format with, I guess, clips from the actual movie. And after that, of course, I have what's out right now. It's volume 1 through 9 from the Quintessential Quintuplets. I freaking love this series. So on the fourth shelf I have the 3-volume series The Voynich Hotel. This is about a guy who ends up going to a hotel that's kind of has everything in it, from assassins to ghosts, so if something can go wrong, it will go wrong there. After that I have the sequel to the series Orange. This one is a 1-volume Orange Future. Don't ask me why this is not a alongside with orange, but I don't even know. Anyway, next I have the first 2 volumes from Wonderland. I still need to pick up a bunch of volumes from this one. I think that we have it in print right now until volume 5. So this one is about a neighborhood where everybody wakes up smaller, really smaller. Everyone is tiny, and you don't know what happened and stuff like that. After that, I have a short Yuri series called I Married My Best Friend to Shut My Parents Up. This was a pretty nice read. After that, I have I think that this is a 3-in-1. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, really good series. It also has an anime. After that, I have 1 through 4 from Our Dreams at Dusk. This is also complete. This is an LGBTQ series that it's basically a really good drama about getting in touch with yourself and getting to know yourself, and I don't know, it's a coming of age series and I pretty much enjoyed it. After that, I have the first 7 volumes from The Girl from the Other Side. I think that right now we also have in print volume 8, so I have to pick that up soon. This is somehow unique. As you can see, let me show you a bunch of covers. So yeah, as you can see on these covers, the art is something that you don't actually normally see in a lot of mangas, and this is a series that I enjoy a lot. I fell in love with Nagabe after reading the first volume of this, and I'm gonna pick anything from this mangaka from now on. Next, I have a complete series. By the way, this is not yet complete. It has 8 volumes in print, but more are coming. After that, I have volume 1 through 3 from Soul Liquid Chambers. This is from the same mangaka that did Dance in the Vampire Bun. Sadly, I don't have that one, but this one was enjoyable, nothing to blow up your mind, but yeah, it was pretty great. It's complete in 3 volumes, and yeah, it's full of rust and gore. Next one, I have volume 1 through 10 from The Ancient Magus Bride. Kind of similar in the fact that we have a girl that has some kind of relationship. You don't exactly know what kind of relationship, except from the title, of course. But yeah, she's in some kind of relationship with another character that has a beast look-like aspect. After that, I have, let me shift the camera a bit, I have Devilman G. So this is Devilman Grimoire, and I haven't read this one yet, but from what I heard, it's a reinterpretation of the old series done by Go Nagai. After that, I have also the 3 volumes from Devilman vs. Hades. Both of these are complete. And here in the corner I have one of my favorite series, and that one is Spirit Circle by the same mangaka that did Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. And if you haven't read Spirit Circle and you like shonen seinen series, pick this one up until it doesn't go out of print and you're gonna regret it. So yeah, now let's have a look in the back. Now on this shelf I have the Twin Knight. This is a 1 volume series from Osamu Tezuka that I recently picked up. After that I have Blam, the Electro Fisher Escape. This is practically the manga adaptation of the movie that was put out by Netflix. This is from the Blam universe by Tsutomu Nihei, and if you're a Nihei fan, I think that you should also own this one, even if it was only, I know Nihei only helped with this one. He wasn't the actual artist that did it, and you can obviously see that. After that, I have the complete run from Wolfsmond. I think that this series started to go out of print, and that's sad because it's a pretty great series, and the mangaka is one of the persons that worked with Kintaro Mira at Berserk. So you can see some of that, I don't know, medieval backgrounds and castles and all of that stuff that you also see in Berserk. This is a pretty bloody series, as you would expect, and yeah, it was a pretty nice one. After that I have Utsubora, the story of a novelist. Haven't read this one yet. From what I know, it involves suicide. So yeah, if you're triggered by something like that, avoid it. If not, I heard only good things about it. It's complete, and I think that this is a 3-in-1. After that I have 5 centimeters per second by Makoto Shinkai and art by Yukiko Seike. I'm a big fan of Makoto Shinkai, so if I find any manga that's adapting any one of his movies, I'm gonna pick it up. And yeah, it was a really enjoyable read. After that I have A Girl from the Other Side by Inyo Asano. Big fan of Inyo Asano. I'm gonna pick anything that comes out from him. Next I have Tropic of the Sea by Satoshi Kon. Another 1-volume series involving kind of a folk tale that comes up to life. After that I have the first four volumes from Apozyms. This one again by Tsutomu Nihei. It's his latest series and it's still ongoing. After that I have the first 7 omnibuses for Arakawa Under the Bridge. I think that all of these ones are 2-in-1s, so that makes up for 14 volumes. After that I have The Gods Lie by Kaoru Ozaki. Love this series. It's a 1-volume series, and if you're new to the medium, try to pick this one if you want a little bit of drama, but that also has mystery in it. After that, let me move the camera a bit. I have Voices of a Distant Star, again an adaptation of a movie by Makoto Shinkai. And let me get this in. Last but not least, I have the complete run for After the Rain. These are 10 volumes containing 5 2-in-1 omnibuses. Pretty nice drama series that I enjoyed a lot. And yeah, this also has an anime adaptation. Haven't seen that one yet, but I'm gonna do it at some point. And I forgot to show you this one because it was on top. I also have the Dissolving Classroom by Junji Ito. As I said before, I'm a fan of Junji Ito, and I'm gonna pick up everything that comes out in English by him. So as you can see, this is kind of my JoJo shelf. And I pretty much like this shelf because I like JoJo, and oh my god, these volumes look amazing on the shelf. So I have all of the volumes from part 1 in the JoJonians edition. So 3 volumes from part 1. After that I have the JoJonians for Battle Tendency. This is also complete. After that I have all of the 10 volumes in JoJonians editions from Stardust Crusaders, sorry. And I also have the first 3 volumes from Diamond is Unbreakable, part 4. Part 4 wasn't done in JoJonian edition. I don't think that it was even done in Japan like that. But I'm glad that they stick with the hardcovers for this one. And I only have 3 at this point, and I think that 4 are out. And we're gonna have 8 volumes for this one. I don't know exactly, but anyway, I'll pick them all up and I'll collect them because, you know, JoJo. And right here in the corner I have my favorite manga series. This is Pluto by Naoki Urasawa. It only has 8 volumes, so it's not such a big of a commitment. And if you like sci-fi thrillers, try to pick this up because it's really good, and Urasawa is just amazing. Now this one, I guess, is that it is the most familiar shelf from my collection, at least for the ones that are subscribed to this channel, mainly because I use this shelf for my reviews, for my impressions and so on. And yeah, I do that because I like the background, all white, and only 2 series with pretty nice spines. I find it quite clean, and since they are not shiny or anything, they don't reflect light. Now let's see. So in this corner I have Tokyo Ghoul 1 through 14, and after that I also have Re until volume 13. I still need to get more. I think this series recently ended, 16 or 18 volumes, something like that. And after that I have Terraformers from 1 through 22, right there in the corner on top. So yeah, Terraformers. Let me show you the cover for this volume over here pretty quick. This is a series, a sci-fi series full with action and all of that stuff. It's about humans trying to terraform Mars, normally, and they kind of try to do this with cockroaches, and because cockroaches are resilient to radiation and harsh conditions, all of that stuff, and they are black, so they send a ton of cockroaches on Mars. A ton, so that they can actually fuel the whole planet. The planet becomes darker, so it attracts more sun. Okay, now you can guess that that plan of theirs goes wrong, and that's where it all starts. I enjoy this series. I can't say that it's something that will blow your mind, because it's not. It's kind of repetitive from time to time, but it's good enough for me to collect it and enjoy it. And on the shelf I also have a one volume series actually from Natsume Ono. I really love this mangaka. I really love his art. Yeah, this is not simple. It's a really sad, depressing story about this boy who, I don't know, has a pretty sad life. So everything wrong in life happens to him, and I don't know, I felt like he was such a pushover. But yeah, anyway, it's pretty nice, and if you want to try something from this mangaka, this is a short one. So yeah, let me also show you some, I don't know, 2 covers from Tokyo Ghoul, because if I pick up any covers from this series, they're gonna look beautiful, because Tokyo Ghoul is one of the series with the most beautiful covers. And this was it for my shelf. For this shelf, this is my filming shelf, as I said before, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Now let's move to the next one. On this shelf I have Orange. This is the complete series. It's 2 omnibuses put out by 7 Seas. This is a shoujo series, but I think that this one is at the limit of the shoujo genre. After that I have Hour of the Zombie 1 through 9. This is still ongoing. I think I'm up to date with it. I have to check. This is of course a zombie series, and it has something that I never saw in the zombie genre, and that's why I'm continue to pick this up, because the zombie in this series are in zombie mode for just a limited amount of time, and after that they go back to being human, and that goes over and over again. So yeah, that's something that's kind of unusual. And by the way, you can hear Batman in the background because he's filming here with me, scratching and I know talking while snoring, because that's how he communicates with me. Now back to the manga. I also have the first 2 volumes from Versailles of the Dead. Pretty interesting series. I've read volume 1. I haven't seen volume 3 listed even on Book Depository as a pre-order for a long time, so hopefully this wasn't dropped. I don't see it in too many collections. After that I have a series by Clamp, Wish. This is the complete omnibus series. I think this is a 4-in-1. After that I have the first 3 omnibuses of Elfenlied. This is sci-fi with psychic ability stories. It has an amazing anime, and when I saw that they're gonna put out the manga for it in English, I had to pick it up. I'm only missing volume 4 and I have that one pre-ordered, so it's even not released yet or somewhere in the mail. After that I have the first 4 omnibuses for Gans, so that practically means that I have the first 12 volumes. Again, Gans, it's by Hiroya Oku. It's a really well-known series and I'm pretty happy that they decided to re-release it, even if the omnibuses don't have the same quality as the singles had, because yeah, it's hard to fit this amount of pages in such a small factor. But yeah, the singles are incredibly, I don't know, expensive, and I'm happy that I'm able to get the series because I've read it and I like it a lot. I have the omnibus for Fully Cooley. This is the complete collection. I have the complete series for Trigun, the main series. After that there is another one, I think it's called Trigun Maximum or something like that. And here on the top I also have Trigun Multiple Bullets. This is an anthology series, so practically a bunch of mangakas tried to write stories about Trigun, and one of them is Boichi. And this one is a volume of Naruto, the 7th Hokage and the Scarlet Spring, and this is practically the transition from Naruto to Boruto. Haven't read it yet, but that's what I heard. And yeah, let's take a look in the back. On this shelf I have the complete run of Siren. So this is 16 volumes put out by Viz. At a point these were out of print for some reason, at least a couple of volumes they decided to reprint it, and I'm glad because of that I was able to pick it up. This is a shonen battle series, and another shonen battle series that's darker than Siren is Soul Eater. This one is by Yan Press, and I have the single volumes for it. Right now they are printing this series in a perfect edition, but that one is by Square Enix because they have the license for it at the moment. And yeah, that edition looks pretty good, but I don't know if I'm gonna double dip, even if I like the series a lot. But yeah, I don't know, space and all of that stuff, and I also like singles, so... But anyway, if you want to pick Soul Eater at some point, it's from the same mangaka that does Fire Force, I think. So if you like that one, maybe you'll also like this one. Yeah, keep in mind that you can also find the singles put out by Yan Press and the perfect edition in hardcover by Square Enix. On the shelf I have 2 sports series, but yeah, this is not any kind of sport, maybe not even actually a sport. This is practically a shelf dedicated to series where people have to kill each other before they get to a point where it's just one man standing. And yeah, these are Battle Royale series, and we have here in this corner Battle Royale 1 through 15 complete. Really great series. It has some flaws, some one at least that really annoys me, and it's the fact that they tried to write it with an accent and I hate it. But otherwise it's an amazing series. The art is really great, and the story and action and overall it's quite top notch. And we have another one of those. So this is Batoon, and this is 1 through 26, and yeah, it's a total of 27 volumes because it has 26 volumes, as you can see, one light and one dark. And that's because this series has 2 endings. I have recently gathered all of the volumes in my collection. If you followed my last hauls, you know that I recently managed to pick this up. And yeah, I'm so happy because I'm reading this right now and I'm having a blast. Yeah, catch the joke. I can do jokes, I make jokes. So yeah, let me show you some volumes from these 2 series. I really like them, and yeah, I'm quite glad that I was able to get them into my collection, because one is out of print. I guess that you can find it probably for a decent price, and the other ones, it's starting to get out of print, sadly. And the Battle Royale one, it's more popular than Batoon, and I don't get it why, because honestly I think Batoon is it's better. It's more fun. They just take what they did in Battle Royale and they bring it to another level. And that was it for the shelf. I am a pretty big fan of this one, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Now let's move to the next one. So behind the Battle Royale series that I have on the shelf, I have a hidden gem from the viewers. If they look at my shelf, because it's in the back, but it's not a hidden gem in the community, because Berserk is loved by me, by most of the people that are reading and watching anime, reading manga and watching anime. And yeah, as you can see, I have all of the singles that are currently out there. So that's volume 1 to 40. And the back, I also have the light novel that came out, The Flame Dragon Knight. As you can see, this is still shrink wrapped. I didn't get the chance to read it yet, but yeah, I couldn't pass the chance to actually get it. What can I say about this? This should be well known at this point. I hope that we're gonna get volume 41 soon, because I just want to find out what's happening. Volume 40 ended up in such a huge cliffhanger that you cannot even imagine. And besides that, if you don't have Berserk yet, but you want to try it, they are also putting out the deluxe edition right now. So that's in a bigger format. It's a 3-in-1 and with big pages, and the art from Kintaro Muira, it really shines in a bigger format. And yeah, try to get that one. But if you prefer singles, also think about getting these ones. As you know, I also get, if you saw my older videos, I also get the deluxe edition that's coming out, and I'm also planning to keep these singles because it's Berserk. It's worth it to double dip. And on the bottom shelf, as you can see, I have a couple of volumes from Attack on Titan Before the Fall. This is a side story from the Attack on Titan universe, and I've been picking up a couple of volumes from time to time when I found them cheap. This one is actually finished in print in English, so I guess it's a matter of time until I get all of the volumes. After that, I have from volume 23 to volume 30 from the main series Attack on Titan. I just love Attack on Titan, if you haven't noticed, due to all that can be Attack on Titan that's in my collection. I have until volume 30. Can't wait to read volume 32, because 31 I already read it on Crunchyroll. And after that, I also have a side story that I recently picked up called Lost Girls, and this practically is the story of two of the, let's say, main girls in from the series. And after that, I have 25 volumes from The Gray Man, so volume 1 through 25. From what I know, only another one is still in print, and I have to get that one. That's volume 26. Lately, in the last couple of years, this shonen series was getting out really slow. It was on hiatus, but from what I saw, the mangaka started to work again on the series, and we have volume 26 now in print. And hopefully the rest of it will come out soon. And yeah, this is a dark shonen series, and I've read volume 1 a couple of years ago, I think 2 years ago, and that's why I slowly picked it up. And let's see what I have in the back. And in the back of the bottom shelf, of course, I have 1 through 22 from Attack on Titan, in case you were wondering why the did I had only from 23 to 30. After that, I have my favorite series from Tsutomu Nihei, and that is Knights of Sidonia. I have the singles for that one, and that is complete, 1 through 15. And in the corner there, I have volumes 1 through 13 from Ajin. This is one of the first series that I picked up. I think it was the third one or something like that, or fourth. And it has the best villain that I found so far in manga, at least in my opinion, Mr. Sato. He's crazy. And yeah, that's kind of it for the first shelf of my collection. The first shelf from my second bookcase hosts some beautiful editions, some beautiful hardcovers, and the first ones are these beautiful hardcovers for Captor Sakura by Clamp. This is a new release that Kodansha is printing right now, and it's pretty nice. Next to them, I have a bunch of hardcovers from Jiro Taniguchi, A Zoo in Winter, The Walking Man, and Distant Neighborhood. On top of them, I have some Gegika manga. So, first one is The Swamp, after that is Red Snow, and the last one is Slum Wolf. Next, I have the entire run for Mobile Suit Gundam The Origin. So these are 12 volumes, and then these are the most beautiful hardcovers in terms of quality that I own. These are so good, from the feel of the cover, when you touch it, from the quality of the pages and how well they hold up and everything like that. These are beautiful, and if you're a Gundam fan, get your hands on them. On top of the Gundam series, I have the complete run for RG Veda by Clamp. Those are 3 omnibuses. And yeah, I have some figures. One is from The Division, and the other one is a pop with Son Goku. And behind the pop with Son Goku, of course, I have the Vizbigs for Dragon Ball. Now, I don't own Dragon Ball Z, and I was thinking if I should get the Vizbigs or not. Sorry about the glare, but let me see if I can because these have quite nice spines. But yeah, as I was saying, I was thinking if I should get also the Vizbigs for Dragon Ball, but since I had so many problems with the Vizbigs because the spines were, I don't know, peeling off from the cover and stuff like that, I think I'm gonna look at the box set for that part of the series. On top of them I have two volumes from Osamu Tezuka. One is MV, MW, and the other one is Dororo. And here at the end of it I have a shoujo series in hardcover printed by Yan Press, and this is the Angel of Glamberg. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Yeah, I've read this one. It's nothing that blows you away, but it was quite enjoyable enough to, I don't know, have it. And yeah, this was the top shelf of bookcase number 2, sorry. So on the second shelf I have the complete run for The Flowers of Evil by Shuzo Oshimi. After that I have the complete run for Happiness by Shuzo Oshimi. Love both of these series. Actually I love everything by Shuzo Oshimi. Next I have the complete run for Inuyashiki by Hiroya Oku, the same guy that did Gans. On the top here I have two Yuri series. One is Claudine and the other one is my lesbian experience with loneliness. This one also has the topic of gender bending, but yeah, both of them actually this one I haven't read yet, but this one I've read and I liked it a lot, and I don't see it in enough collections, honestly. After that I have the entire run for Ikegami. So this is a series, seinen series in a world where I don't know, they have some kind of lottery, and when you're a child you're implanted with a drug or something like that, and practically by chance at a certain age that drug activates and you're gonna die, and all of that is done to, you know, keep society in shape. And let me get these musical instruments a little bit on the side. On top of that I have Seraphim Wings by Satoshi Kon, and I also have this short, really thin and really expensive manga put out by Dempa, Pass. But yeah, expensive as it is, it's pretty nice, and it's in full color, and the art is quite beautiful, but crazy expensive. I don't know a lot of people who actually picked that up. And next to Ikigami I have Paradise Kiss, the 20th anniversary edition. For a 20th anniversary edition this book is not that great in build quality, but it contains the whole run of the series. And the last one on the shelf is Opus by Satoshi Kon. This is something that wasn't completed, and I think that this was the last work that he was able to do before he died. So yeah, this was the second shelf from the second bookcase. Moving to the third shelf, this one is one that it's kind of, I don't know, dedicated by chance to Tagashi, because it has a ton of volumes from two of his series. And yeah, as you can see I have the complete run for Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm so happy that I have it. It's my favorite anime, and I also want to read the manga to experience it in that way, and this will also help me to hit the refresh button in my memory regarding the series. And after that I have a big chunk from Hunter x Hunter. Hopefully at some point this series will get an ending. But yeah, until then I'm gonna try to pick up volumes when I see them on sale. Now let's see what I have in the back. So in the back I have the entire run for I Am a Hero. Really nice series. I recently finished this one off and it was quite good. After that I have again from Dark Horse some releases for stories from H.P. Lovecraft, and we have here The Hound and some other stories, and after that we have At the Mountain of Madness. Can't wait to get more series like this into my collection. I think the Germans have an extra one and we're gonna also get it in English at some point pretty soon. After that I have the first 4 volumes from Mob Psycho. I think number 5 should be on the way to me. Next to it I have Gantz G. This is a side story from the Gantz universe, but it wasn't written, or it wasn't made by Hiroya Oku. It was made by some other mangakas with his supervision. It's not as good as Gantz, but it was enjoyable, and since I'm a fan of Gantz, I was happy to be able to read something else from the series. Next to it I have Wolf's Rain, and this is a complete series, a 2-volume series. This also has an anime. I haven't seen that one. Let me know if you've seen it, if you have seen it, and if it's good. After that I have Home Sweet Home and Our Lonely War. These 2 series are complete and are in German. By the way, Tokyo Pop never went down in Germany, at least from what I know, and they print out some really good quality series over there in terms of their releases. Next to it I Hear the Sunspot, and I have a short impression video for this one on the channel, so make sure to check that out. This one is a yaoi, but it's not too explicit and it's a really good drama overall. And I also have the 2 volumes from the series Blood Sea, Demonic Moonlight. I also have a review for this one, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave links and everything in the description. So yeah, this was in the back of the shelf number 3 from the bookshelf number 2. And on the next shelf I have the entire run for Deadman Wonderland. This has some really interesting art. It's a shonen, but it's one of those that are more brutal. Whole set of 13 volumes, and I don't know, I really like the look of these spines. Next to it I have one of my favorite series, and I think that, I don't know, maybe I'm an exception because I don't know a lot of people that own Sundome or have Sundome, but yeah, this is a really nice comedy romance that is incredibly ecchi. So yeah, if you're not into something like that, avoid it, but if you are, it's really good because it has some really nice comedy into it, high school shenanigans, stuff like that. It's really ecchi, and at least for me, I got so attached to the characters that I know it was hard at the end. And the last one on the shelf is the entire run for Murdoch Scramble. So this is a new series that I picked up just a couple of hauls ago. A friend of mine told me that he saw the movies for this series, the anime movies, and he liked them a lot, so I took his recommendation and I bought the manga because I'm more into manga. And this is not manga, but here in the corner I have this really nice pop. I think that this is the most beautiful pop that I have, and this is Bulbasaur, and it looks really nice. And here are some really nice booklets, art booklets from people that I that I care about and that I really appreciate. And I don't know, let me show you this one. So this is practically simulates the waves of the sea. I know, I love it. So let's see what I have in the back. Now in the back I have the entire run for Magi. These are the whole set of 37 volumes. I haven't read Magi yet. I know it's... I have a lot of stuff that I haven't read yet because, I don't know, I've been collecting for 3 years and I have this amount of volumes, but everybody says that this is a really nice shonen series, so I took their word and I got it all during some sales. And next to it I have two other series that are from the same mangaka that did Deadman Wonderland. The first one is complete and it's a 4-volume series called Livingstone. It's about some kind of psychics that can, I don't know, have some sort of communication with dead people. And the other one is a series that's coming out right now. It's Smoking Parade. Again, the art is beautiful. I have volume 1, 2 and 3 and 6. There are still more out there, and slowly but surely I'm gonna pick all of them. So yeah, this was it for this shelf. And on this shelf I have Asunas from Sword Art Online. This is the version from the Multiple Bullets game, and I don't know, I really like this figure. Anyway, it's right next to Monster, so I don't know how you guys feel about that, some of you guys at least. But yeah, let me know in the comments. And yeah, full set of Monster, the perfect edition. This is a really nice edition, and if you put all of the volumes side by side, you actually get a big picture wall with full of frames and stuff like that. Anyway, Monster by Naoki Urasawa, it's a gem in the manga industry, in manga collecting. And yeah, next I have the full run for Scum's Wish, volume 1 through 8, complete. After that I have the first 8 volumes from Tales of Wedding Rings by Maybe. I can't wait to read volume 9 once that gets out. And by the way, I think you can hear Batman snoring in the background. I don't know if I told you guys before, but since he's a French bulldog, he's always snoring. It's so funny. It's so funny. Okay, and after Tales of Wedding Rings, I have another figure. This one is the Goblin Slayer from the Goblin Slayer. And behind him we have Children of the Whales, volume 1 through 13. This series is still ongoing. Again, I'll need to get up to date because I think that a couple more volumes came out. So this was this shelf. I hope that it was enjoyable, and let's move on to the next one. Now on this shelf I have some pretty nice series. Let me move this one out for a little bit and we'll get to it. So first I have the complete set for Dorohedoro volume 1 to 23, with 23 just being released, I don't know, at the end of last year or something like that. Good seinen series printed out in these signatures. On top of it I have volume 1 through 9, and in the back over there, let me move this a little bit, I have also volume 10 from Golden Kamui, or Golden Kamui, I think it's Golden Kamui. It's another seinen series printed out by Viz that I recently started to read and that I'm in love with. It's pretty good, and it has almost everything that you need in a series. And also on this shelf we have the entire run of Prison School, so volume 1 through 14. All of these are omnibuses, are 2-in-1, so 28 volumes of a lot of etchiness and comedy, and I don't know, situations that just turn out to go to such a level that they are at some point really stupid, and the only thing that you can do is just watch and laugh about it. So yeah, this was the shelf, and let's move to the next one. On this shelf I have first the complete run for Love Hina, a high school romance comedy series that isn't too etchy. After that I have the first 5 volumes of Comic and Communicate. I think that a lot of people are aware of this series. It's quite popular. It's based around this character over here who has trouble communicating, as the title said. So yeah, and it has really short chapters, so it's kind of an easy read, and that you can, I don't know, read during a break at work or something like that. I have an impression for this one on the channel, so feel free to check that out. Next I have volume 2 to 7 for We Never Learn, and hopefully soon I'll get volume 1, and after that it's something that I can also tackle. Next I have Dark Metro. This is the complete collection, at least that's what it said, the Ultimate Edition. It's by Tokyopop. It's a horror series that I saw that I don't know, one night I saw it on Book Depository and I said I'll need to have it because it's short and it's horror. Next one, another horror series by Tokyopop, and I think that this one, yeah, this one it's not sorry about the glare, this one it's not actually a manga, even if it is a manga, but it's a Western manga, because I think that this is Spanish or something like that. Anyway, I read the volume, it was pretty good. It has a bunch of Lovecraft elements in it, and it's quite interesting, and I can't wait for volume 2. That should be out in a month or something like that, and I'll pick it up for sure. And next one is a Yuri series, only 2 volumes, and this one is a French manga. So yeah, again, this is the Westerns trying to draw manga. I read the first volume, not the first volume, only half of the first volume, just to see how it is, pretty quick, and it was quite nice. I'm gonna enjoy that one. Next, this is a hidden gem because I knew nothing about it, and I picked it up because I saw it in a video. I think God of Darkness had it in one of his videos. I'm gonna link his channel in the description. And damn, I had so much fun reading this one. It's from the Dragon Ball universe. It's before Dragon Ball actually started. It's what happened before Dragon Ball. I had no idea that something like this existed. I saw this character in the Dragon Ball Super anime and I didn't knew anything about it, and this was such a funny volume, and I recommend it definitely to be read by Dragon Ball fans. And after this one I have a couple of series that are from I don't know, are actually adaptations of Makoto Shinkai's movies. So I have Your Name and the sequel or the alternative from Your Name, and these are not in order. So Your Name volume 1 to 3 complete, and the other story from Your Name, volume 1 and 2. I also have She and Her Cat, pretty comfy series to read, and The Garden of Words. This is the adaptation of my favorite movie from Makoto Shinkai. And next I have Velveteen and Mandala. Haven't read this one, but I heard that it is a pretty huge pile of crazy, so yeah, I'm gonna read it soon. And the last ones on the front of the shelves are the complete series Rakia. This is only 5 volumes, and this is drawn by Boichi, and this was the first series that I was able to get and read by Boichi, and damn, he has a really nice art style. And I think that this one right now is out of print, so I don't know if you'll be able to get it for a decent price, but it's a pretty decent series about the end of the world and a bunch of apocalyptic Christian elements in it. It was quite interesting, and the art style, it's spot on. Now let's see what we have in the back. And here we have volume 1 through 10 from Vampire Knight. As you saw earlier, I have the box set for the second part of the series, so alongside with that box set I have the whole run for Vampire Knight, a shoujo series involving vampires. It also has a really nice anime, and I really enjoy it. And yeah, sadly I wasn't able to also get the box set for this part, and also since the box set had an art book or something like that I wanted in it. But yeah, I'm still happy that I managed to get it complete. After that I have the full run from Black Torch. Recently read this one. I'm gonna give my impressions of it on the channel. After that I have volume 1 through 9 from Dr. Stone. This is a kind of new shonen series. I think it only has a year or something like that. And this one is made by Boichi. Again, only art by Boichi. The story is written by another guy, but Boichi has really great art, and I'm gonna pick anything that has to do with Boichi. I also read another story by him, a couple of other stories by him, one involving mafia and yakuzas. How was that name? I don't know, it is on Crunchyroll. And the last one on the shelf, sorry about the glare, it's Agame ga Kill, volume 1 through 15. I'm happy that I have this one. I've read a little bit of it and it looks pretty brutal, and I'm definitely gonna enjoy this one. So yeah, this was this shelf, the back, the row from behind on this shelf, and let's move to the next one. On this shelf I have a bunch of shonen series. As you can see, Promised Neverland. I have it until the 14th volume. There are, I think, 16 out or something like that, so I have to get the rest. After that I have 18 volumes from One Punch Man. This is a great series, great shonen series with great art and really good comedy in it. It's written by the same mangaka that did Mob Psycho, but what's different in this one, besides of course the story, is that the art is not drawn by him. It's drawn by another artist, and it's really good. So yeah, I don't know if I guess that you should already be familiar with One Punch Man until now. And after that I have also 3 more volumes from That Count That Play and the 1 volume series Portus. And let's see what we have behind. So on the same shelf, behind what you saw before, I have volume 1 through 17 from Black Clover, another great shonen. After that I have 1 through 8 from Platinum's End. It's done by the same duo that did Death Note. I have a couple of volumes from Demon Slayer. As you can see, I have until 6, and after that I'm missing 7, 8 and 9, but I have 10. Why do I have them like that? I buy them on sale, so yeah, if the volumes are cheap I'm picking them up. I'm not in a hurry since I saw the anime, and I know that stuff from Viz, especially popular stuff from Viz, won't go out of print. And after that I have by the way, all of these 3 series are still ongoing. So I think Demon Slayer is finishing soon, or it just finished, but it's not yet out in English. But yeah, after that I have volume 1 through 5 from Astra Lost in Space. This one is complete and it also has an anime. And in the corner right there I have a French manga called Radiant, and I have volumes 1 through 8. It's pretty good. It receives a lot of hate. I don't know why. People are calling it generic, but to be honest, a lot of shonen tropes can be found in shonen, so yeah, from what I've read it was pretty interesting. I also saw a bit of the anime, and yeah, I'm gonna continue to pick it up. Now on the last shelf of my second bookcase I have a bunch of Goblin Slayer. I have volume 1 through 7 from the main series. After that I have volume 1 through 3 from year 1. This is practically the story before the main series, so the prequel. And I also have another part, another side story, A Brand New Day. This is volume 1 and 2. These are a set of short stories with side characters. So if you want to find out more about the side characters, these 2 are good, and these 2 are, from what I know, this one is complete. After that, another Battle Royale series that's not in order from what it seems, and this one is Juni Tyson, The Zodiac War. Practically a bunch of people, each one representing the Zodiac, are going into a death match and they have to fight each other. This is only 4 volumes and it's complete. After that I have volume 1, 2 and 3 from July and April. This series I think has 11 volumes. I know that I have a bunch of them on the way in the mail because I've read the first volume and I liked it a lot. Next I have 11 volumes from Requiem of the Rose King. This is a shoujo series that was recommended to me by Shay. Check out her channel, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. It's really good, and I think it's one of the shonen that, not shonen, shoujo series that are good for people that are not actually into shoujo and they want to see if that's something that they would like or not. And the action takes part in during the War of the Roses. Next one, Evil's Return. This is an old Tokyopop release and I've recently read this. This is actually a manhwa and it was quite enjoyable, and it's only 4 volumes and this marks it as complete. And after that I have another Tokyopop release that's out of print. This is Lament of the Lamp. This is a horror thriller series. It's only 7 volumes and it is complete. And that was kind of it. And let's see what I have behind all of this. So in the back of this shelf I have the full run of Banana Fish. This is volume 1 from 19. This is my favorite shoujo series. This was at the point out of print and they decided to re-release it. People were really happy about the fact that they did a reprint for it, and I was intrigued, because if so many people are happy, that means that it has to be good. So I tried it and I'm really glad that I did. After that I have a couple of volumes from Noragami. This is another series that it's pretty acclaimed in the community. I haven't read it yet and I'm trying to find volumes cheap whenever I get a chance. So I have volume 1, 12, 13 and 19. After that I have a release from Yan Press called Angels of Death. I have only 6 volumes out for this one. I think that there are more out there, at least 6 and 7, which I'm missing. And I saw the anime for this series, I liked it, and that's how I came into actually trying to pick it up. And after that, the last one in this bookcase is Ultimo. This is one of the mangas where Stan Lee actually participated. So it's kind of a mix between the American comic book world and the manga world. Because at some point, believe it or not, Stan Lee wanted to bring some manga into the Marvel industry, the Marvel universe, and Ultimo was one of the series where he also took place. I know that also, I think Tsutomu Nihei also did the Wolverine comic for Marvel, and yeah, glad that I have it. From what I know, it's out of print, but I found a lot on eBay and I'm glad that I have. And yeah, this is the last shelf from the bookcase number 2, and we're gonna go to bookcase number 3. So hope you like it so far. Before we move to the third bookcase, let's take a look at the small shelf with manga that I have between my manga bookcases. And here I have the hardcover for Levius. This is the main series from that universe. It's about martial arts, but with mechanical parts. After that I have the complete Cats of the Louvre. This is part of the Louvre homage collection that was created by a bunch of mangakas, and this one is by Taiyo Matsumoto. The next one is Abara complete by Tsutomu Nihei. Really freaky series from him. After that I have Nishigahara Holograph. This one was the one that I said that was so confusing for me, because after I read it I had to reread it to even know what's happening, but in a good way, not as it happened with other series. After that I have the hardcover for Attack on Titan, No Regrets. So this is in full color and it has a bunch of stories with Levi. And after that I have volume 1 from the Poi clan. This is an older shoujo series with vampires, put out by Moto Hajio in this beautiful hardcover edition. Sadly, I don't know when we're gonna see the second volume, because I can't find anything about it on Book Depository. Next one, it's the complete run for Otherworld Barbara, another good series from Moto Hagio. After that I have from Shintaro Kago, I have Dementia 21, volume 1 and 2. That I think that's also complete. Let me move this little figure, and in the corner there I have Tekken Crinkrat Black and White, the complete series, in a beautiful release. It's not hardcover, but similar to these two, there are more than paperbacks. And now let's move to the third shelf. On the first shelf of the third bookcase, I have the beautiful editions for Berserk, the deluxe hardcover that Dark Horse is printing right now. On top of them, I have Pure Terrace, another hardcover by Junko Mizuno. Haven't read that yet, but I've looked through it a bit and it's pretty interesting, and it's something quite unusual for manga. On top of it, I have Android Angels, printed by Gan. That's another print by Gan that's kind of, I don't know, underground manga. After that, I have the full cover edition in hardcover for High School of the Dead. So yeah, I'm that kind of guy. After that, I have the complete hardcover sets for Battle Angel Alita, and the last one, that is a set of short stories from the Battle Angel Alita universe. Hopefully we're gonna get the rest of Battle Angel Alita reprinted at some point in this beautiful format. The figures on these shelves, so this one is from Destiny. I have a pop for Battle Angel Alita. I also have this amiibo with Bayonetta, and I also have Rick from Rick and Morty, who's strung right there in the corner, probably after reading Blam. So yeah, going back to the manga, so I have the hardcovers for Ghost in the Shell. On top of them I have The Strange Tale of Panorama Island, one of my favorite mangas. Underneath it I have Rohan of the Louvre, again from the Louvre collection. And I also have the complete set for Blam in the master editions. These are not hardcover, but the page quality and everything, it's beautiful. And I'm so glad that we managed to get our hands on Blam again, because it was out of print for a long time. Next to Blam we have the first box set for Magical Knight Reared. I have to get the second one, it's coming out soon. It's pretty expensive, but it's worth it in quality, and since it's a clamp series, and you also get a beautiful extra. So for example, for this one we got really nice art book. And if you want to check out the contents of that box set and the art book, you can go check out my video about it on the channel. And the last one on this shelf is Guardians of the Louvre, again from the Louvre collection. This one is by Jiro Taniguchi and a really nice read. So yeah, this is the first shelf from my third bookcase. Quite a nice one, right? And on the second shelf from bookcase number 3, I have the complete run in Visbix format from Rurouni Kenshin. After that I have the complete run for Neo Genesis Evangelion, and I have the two figures from Neo Genesis Evangelion protecting that series, Rei and Asuka. Behind Asuka I have the complete set for X by Clamp. So yeah, this is the complete set because this series was never finished, so it's kind of sad. The anime offers some kind of ending, so you can get some closure from the anime, but the manga was never done. But nevertheless, it's one of my favorite Clamp works, and I just needed to have it. And in the corner over here I have the complete set in hardcover format from Message to Adolf, put out by Vertical, and this one is from Osamu Tezuka. So the third shelf from this bookcase is the ecchi shelf. So here we have all of the good stuff. So first, the complete run from To Love Ru in omnibuses and 18 volumes, complete, full, everything there. Next, the sequel to the series that's even more ecchi and almost hentai, and it's called To Love Ru Darkness. It has 18 volumes, but I have 11 volumes at this point. Next to it I have Gigant, the first volume that came out. I also have a first impression on the channel for this one, so feel free to check that out. After that, I have another really ecchi series that was recommended to me by Mix, and I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. This one is Destiny Lovers, and I've read the first volume. I'm gonna make an impression video for it. Next to it I have World's End Harem, another really ecchi series. Again, I have an impression video on this one, so check it out. I have the first 8 volumes that are out. I think volume 9 comes out soon. And the last one is the first 4 volume from Makimaho. I messed up and I made the wrong person into a magical girl. And as you can see from the cover, this one is ecchi, messed up, and weird. So yes, let's see what I have behind all of this etchiness. As it looks like, behind that mountain of ecchi, I have stuff that actually gives the idea that I'm quite a decent human being, but yeah, let's see. I have the first 12 volumes from The Rising of the Shield Hero, and after that I have Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Oh wait, I think that this one, yeah, this one is also pretty ecchi. Not as ecchi as the other ones, but this is also pretty ecchi, so yeah, decent human being. It's down in the trash. Anyway, so I have the first 10 volumes from Is It Right to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon. After that I have, I don't know, 11 volumes from Is It Right to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, the spin-off Sword of Oratoria. And I also have the entire run for the spin-off Is It Right to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, Familiar Chronicle U. And yeah, from the cover it's not that decent, but yeah, I'm a big fan of this series. These two are both isekais. I like isekais. I'm that kind of person, and yeah, pretty. Those look pretty nice, right? Side by side next to each other. Afterwards, I have 2 volumes from Laid Back Camp. This is something really down to earth that I recently picked up, and this has nothing to do with etchiness. But afterwards I have something that has as a source material hentai. So I don't know what to say about that, but yeah, these are the first 3 volumes from the Elder Sister Like one, and the fourth one comes out pretty soon, and I have that one pre-ordered. Also have an impression for this one on the channel. Looks like I have a lot of impressions for ecchi series. Let's move on. Now on this shelf I have volume 1 through 6 for Drifters. This one is by the same mangaka that did Hellsing. It has that Hellsing vibe in it, with their eyes and the action that takes place there. It's about a lot of historical figures that get reincarnated in a world where they have to fight each other. It's really interesting. It also has the first season out for the anime, so you can also check that one out. This one is from the guy, the mangaka that does Berserk, is from Kintaro Miura, and it's called Giganto Maxima. It's a 1 volume series. pretty interesting, but not at the same level with Berserk, not even close. Next I have the first volume from Kaguya-sama, Love is War. So a lot of people were saying good things about this one, and I tried it. I really liked it, and I have a couple other volumes coming in the mail. Next to it I have a bunch of volumes from Overlord. This is the manga, not the light novel. If you're familiar with the light novel, that one is in hardcover, I think. Yeah, I've read the first volume, liked it a lot, so I decided to pick up the rest. Next I have Girlfriends, and I really liked this series. I recently read it and I really liked it, and I recommend it, and I will add a review for it soon enough. After that I have a couple of volumes that I picked up during a sale on Amazon last Black Friday. This is volume 1 and volume 4 from Clockwork Planet, and underneath it I have the complete series for In This Corner of the World. So this is a story that takes place after the war or during the war, something like that. It sounded really interesting when I read the synopsis, so I picked it up. It also has an anime movie that is highly acclaimed. And in the corner there I have another set of volumes. So the first 4 volumes from To Your Eternity. I've read the first one a while ago and I really liked it. It's from the same mangaka that did A Silent Voice, but it's different. It's another beast, but it's good. It's quite good. Too bad the volumes are kind of expensive, and so I'm only looking up for sales. After that I have Ibitsu. This is a 2-volume series in an omnibus. It's a horror series, and I have an impression review of it on my channel, so check that one out. And I have the first 3 volumes, the first 3 2-in-1s from Urusei Yatsura. And that's kind of it. Let's see what I have in the back. And here we have volume 1 to 8 from Parasite. This was one of my first pickups when I started collecting and reading manga. It was a really good one because it's a great series, and that again convinced me to go deeper and deeper into this hobby. It's a seinen horror series, pretty gross at some points. Not for me because I enjoy that kind of stuff, but for a lot of other people. Yeah, complete set from Kodansha 1 through 8. After that I have 1 through 7, but I'm missing 4 from Shortcake Cake. I recently picked this one up. It's a comedy drama involving people at a boarding house. I don't know, that's how they call them. Anyway, yeah, the subject was pretty interesting. A lot of people were recommending it, and I want to give it a shot. Next to it I have Frag Time. This is a complete Yuri series in this small omnibus. I read this recently and I have an impression review on it for it on the channel. Same thing for After Hours, another series that it's Yuri, and I recently read it and added a review impression on the channel. After that I have the complete Ichi F, and this practically is the story of one of the people that work at Fukushima when the nuclear power plant disaster happened. So yeah, I haven't read this one yet, but I picked it up since it's a really interesting topic, and Mix was saying that it's quite interesting. Next one, it's another complete series, Imperfect Girl. So this is a seinen I don't know, thriller. Yeah, it's thriller series. Sorry about the glare. After that I have a couple of volumes from My Boy. I'm still missing 3, 4 and 6, but those are on the way. Next, another series from Kaori Ozaki, the same mangaka that wrote The God's Lie that I showed you earlier on the first shelf. I have to put them together. I don't know why I have them like this. I know this collection is a mess. But yeah, read this recently. It's really beautiful and I recommend it. Get it, pick it. It's a really good drama. And afterwards I have the first 3 volumes from Bakemonogatari. So I'm a fan of the Monogatari series. I really like the anime for Bakemonogatari, and to be honest I like the manga more, and I also really love the art style in this one, and the comedy and everything is great. And can't wait for more volumes. And I also have another complete series. This is only 2 volumes, a 2-volume series. This was recommended to me by Bizarre, so yeah. Link to the channel in the description. And this is a story about a girl who handles mythical beasts and is kind of an intermediator between the beasts and the human world, human population. So yeah, this was behind the other books on this shelf, and let's go to the next one. Now on this shelf I have a couple of Yuri series. First one is If I Could Reach You. This is one that's coming out right now. It's I think only 4 volumes or something like that are in print. After that I have Citrus, volume 1 through 10, and let me also show you a cover from this one. And this is an anthology series. I don't even know if it's an anthology series, but it's a set of short stories regarding Yuris. Wasn't something that blew my mind, but I enjoyed it. After that I have one of my favorite series, and this one is Emanon. This one has some really beautiful art, and yeah, I know that it's gonna have a really slow release, but hopefully at some point we're gonna get more. Same thing goes with The Wandering Island, because these two are from the same mangaka, and this one has only 2 volumes out, and I think that the first one or both of them are already out of print because Dark Horse. But anyway, these are 2 things that I'm gonna keep my eyes on. Every time they announce that they're gonna release a new volume, I'm gonna pre-order them because I love the work from this mangaka. It's the tranquility in it. It's really beautiful. Next I have a series, Saturn Apartments, complete. This was really hard to find because it's out of print, and I don't know, for people like me from this area, you usually don't buy used manga because nobody's selling used manga. There are not enough people in these countries who actually buy used manga, and to get them from somewhere else is pretty hard and expensive. But I was able to get them cheap. Actually I had a surprise because the volumes, I gave up for ever seeing them because they took for half a year or something like that to get here. But now I have it and it's complete. It's Saturn Apartments. Next one is an omnibus containing 4 volumes, I think are in this one, and it's a horror story called Another. It also has a really nice anime out, so you can also check that one. Next, a really great series from Jiro Taniguchi called The Summit of the Gods. It's mystery, mountain climbing, and I guess it's my only sports series. I don't think that I have other sports series in my collection. After that I also have The Quest for the Missing Girl from Jiro Taniguchi. I also have Skyhawk and The Ice Wanderer. This last one is a collection of short stories by him. Next I have the complete run for Doubt. This is something that is kind of similar to Saw, from what I heard. I haven't read it yet, but that was enough for me to buy it. And yeah, it also has other parts that are unrelated to this one, but those are out of print. After that, I have 4 volumes from Kakegurui Twin. This is the side story from the Kakegurui series universe. It's about gambling and crazy people who gamble. And I also have the complete run for Frau Faust from the same mangaka that does The Ancient Magus Bride. And here on top of them I have Pleasure and Corruption. And yeah, it's just how the cover looks like. It's about bondage, sadomasochism, stuff like that. Some people say, I think even Lightus in his last haul, by the time that I'm filming this, said that this is similar to the Flowers of Evil in some aspects. So if you like that one, probably you'll also like this one. But I don't think that that it is as good as Flowers of Evil. Not even close, at least from the first volume. But it was just what I needed, because yeah, I'm that kind of guy. And I can't wait for volume 2. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere lost in the mail. So yeah, this was the first row of the shelf. Now let's take a peek behind it. And here we have a bunch of volumes from Koromori, a shelf that it's kind of full of hardcovers from mostly from Yan Press, now that I look at it. But yeah, let's see. So first I have 9 volumes from The Bright Story by Koromori. I'm missing 2 of them. Or are there 10? Let me see. Yeah. So 10 volumes from The Bright Story by Koromori. I'm missing volume 5 and volume 12 just came out. Those should be in the mail somewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna have them soon. So excited to have this up to date. Next, we have Emma from Koromori. This is a Victorian drama romance series. Again, Koromori has incredible art. So yeah, if you're into this kind of slice of life drama, romance, try it out. After that, we have the volumes from Erase. So 1 through 4 and 5. Haven't read it yet. I've heard that it's kind of an extra to it. After that, the complete series for the Wolf Children in a single hardcover. I also have the first volume from the shoujo series, The Rose of the Versailles. I have No Longer Human by Junji Ito, and I have Furari by Jiro Taniguchi. So, in terms of what's complete or not, this is still ongoing. This one is complete. This one is complete, ongoing, complete, and complete. So yeah, that was it for the shelf. A lot of good stuff here in the back. I don't know why do I put my hardcovers in the back? Hardcovers are better looking normally than paperbacks. I don't know, just chaos, I think. Moving to the shelf, as you can see, I have a bunch of series from Naoki Urasawa. I have a couple of volumes from the perfect editions of 20th Century Boys. I'm slowly picking this one up. I got volume 1, 4 and 5. After that, I have the complete run of the perfect edition for Master Keaton. This is from Naoki Urasawa, but he's doing only the art in this one. So yeah, 12 volumes for this one. After that, I have the first 6 volumes from Made in Abyss. This is not complete, it's still ongoing. I also hear that the anime is quite good. I haven't tried it yet, not the anime or manga, but The art is pretty nice and I heard good things about it, so that's why I picked it up. The series is a little bit controversial for some, but I think I'll get over anything that's controversial in it. Next, I have the complete set for Fire Punch. This is from the same mangaka that does Chainsaw Man. I think that's more well known than Fire Punch, and in my opinion it's better than Fire Punch. This is a huge bag of crazy, and if you enjoy crazy you might like it, but it's a huge bag of crazy. I enjoyed it, but it has its flaws, mostly due to the inconsistency in my opinion. Next, I have the two hardcovers for Kimba the White Lion. These two are in German and are by Osamu Tezuka, and I think that this is actually the story that influenced and became Lion King. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can see Disney stealing something like that and making it into a big franchise. And here in the back I have another German series, another series that is in German, and this one is Kuro. It's a really cute one. This started as a webcomic and slowly became into being serialized into a manga. It's so nice, and yeah, it has really short chapters, so I don't know if you're into something like that, but they kind of I don't know, they kind of relate to each other. So yeah, let's see what I have behind all of this. In the back of this shelf we have the first 6 volumes from Inside Mari. These are put out by Dempa, and I'm so happy that they decided to... Sorry about the glare. Okay, that should be better. I'm so happy that they decided to print this story by Shuzo Oshimi, because I'm a really huge fan and I want to get everything from him at a point. And alongside the Inside Mari, there we have the whole collection for Inuyasha in these beautiful Viz Bigs volumes. So yeah, this is a ton of Inuyasha. It contains the whole series. As you can see, it's a pretty big one, because these are 3-in-1s, and some of them, I think the last 2 are 4-in-1s. So yeah, really nice old shonen series. And I don't know, Shonen Trash, for example, said recently in one of his videos that he doesn't see this series in a lot of collections and people are not talking about it. So yeah, I kind of agree with him. I think that this one was overlooked and it should be out there more. And if you want to check out his opinion regarding this one, I'll leave the link to his channel in the video description. Now let's move to the next shelf. We're almost there. On this shelf I have the first 2 omnibuses for Stravaganza. Volume 3 should be in the mail somewhere. After that I have the first 10 volumes from that time I got reincarnated as a slime. This one is Nisekai, a pretty good one, and it's really popular. It's about a guy who gets reincarnated, of course, as a slime, one of the weakest monsters, but he actually managed to get and grow into a really awesome character in this series. Next one is a short volume by Junji Ito, and I don't know why this was upside down. Anyway, this is by Junji Ito, and it's a bunch of short stories about him and his wife and his 2 little cats, and how he is imagining all kind of things. It's really nice and cute, and it has that weird Junji Ito vibe. Next one I have the first volume from Witch Hat Atelier. Haven't read this one yet, just checked out a couple of pages and the art is so nice. And I heard that it's gonna also get an anime. It's really popular lately, so yeah, can't wait to get more, can't wait to see the anime, because that art will shine in a well-made anime if it gets any. Next I have the first 6 volumes from Ran and the Grey World. This has incredibly beautiful art. It's a really nice series. I know, it just feels warm when you read it. And this is only a 7th volume series, volume 7, it's in the mail and I'll get it soon and I'll be able to finish reading it at that point. Next I have a volume from Dempa, An Invitation with a Crab, Pampanya. Another series from Dempa, Maiden Railways. These are both complete, just a 1 volume series. Then one of my most weird series that I have in my collection, Super Dimensional Love Gun. This was first printed out by Faku, so you can imagine that it's a little bit explicit and weird at some points, but nevertheless it's really good. It's I don't know, a psychedelic trip in some places. Shintaro Kago, it's a pretty amazing mangaka. Next one, I have a collection of short stories by Nagabe, the wise beasts of the wizarding wisdoms. So this is involving human-like animals, and it's a collection of yaoi short stories. And recently they put out another collection of short story by Nagabe, and I'm so happy that they did, and I have that ordered and I can't wait to get it. And after that I have a bunch of volumes from Fruits Basket, the collector's edition. I'm only missing 3, I think. Yeah, 3, and I have this one complete. I think those are in the mail, or maybe I forgot to order one, something like that. Now let's see what I have in the back. And here we have Abandon the Old in Tokyo, The Pushman and Other Stories, and Goodbye. This is by Yoshihiro Tatsumi, the godfather of Gegika. All of these are hardcovers. 2 of them I managed to get new, but one of them is it was second hand, and as you can see it's a little bit discolored on the spine, but I'm still really happy that I managed to get my hands on it. I'll try to hunt down other volumes from him. After those we have the complete collection of Sunny in beautiful hardcovers. This is a really good looking series. After that I have the first omnibus volume in hardcover for the Drifting Classroom. This is a reprint that Viz recently did, since the series was out of print in singles, and I'm really happy that they did, because this is something that I was planning to hunt down at some point on eBay. And you know how it is with out of print manga, usually you end up paying a fortune for it. After that I have by Omega by Tsutomu Nihei, a short, really short, since Tsutomu Nihei doesn't have a lot of text, so it's something that you just binge really fast when you read it. But yeah, it's quite nice. I really enjoyed Tsutomu Nihei, so I tried to pick up everything from him. After that I have Solanin. This is also complete in this omnibus. After that I have Kutnai Punpun, the complete run. Again, these are the rest of these are by Inyo Asano, a really well-known mangaka that is putting out only good stuff. So it's again one of my favorite mangakas. And as I said, I have What a Wonderful World. This is a collection of short stories collected in 2 volumes. After that, something that recently came out called Downfall, and the ongoing series in English, Dead Demons of the Destruction. And for that I have the first 7 volumes. So this was what I have behind the first row on this shelf. Now let's move on to the next one. So on the second to the last shelf from my entire collection, I have Time Killers. This is from the same mangaka that does the Blue Exorcist manga. It's a collection of short stories, practically in the chronological order from her career, and it was interesting, nothing to blow me away. After that I have the entire run, so volume 1 through 8 from House of 5 Leaves. This is from Natsume Ono, sorry about the glare. This is about a Ronin samurai who gets to, I don't know, find a house, find a master, find a reason for him to live. Haven't read it yet, but I like Natsume Ono and I won't be disappointed by that one. I know it for sure. After that I have the entire run for Death Note in the black editions. And yeah, I think Death Note was probably the second manga that I bought in my collection. And after that I have the entire run for Ubel Blatt. This is a dark fantasy medieval series that in some ways resembles Berserk, but it's not Berserk. But for me it's really good. It's really edgy. The first volume starts with, I don't know, a horse raping someone. So yeah, if you read Berserk, you're familiar with that level of gore and edge, but if you're into something like that, give it a try. These are all 2-in-1s from Yan Press. And yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but this series starts from volume 0. And yeah, volume 0 through 11, 24 volumes, all in and complete. Now let's see what I have in the back. And in the back I have, as you can see, the first 11 volumes from Black Lagoon. If you followed this channel for the last hauls, you know that I recently picked this one up after seeing the anime. It's really great and I enjoyed it, and I enjoy it a lot. After that I have All Maidens in Your Savage Season. This is practically a romance / comedy high school series about people that are discovering their sexuality, but not in I don't know, any wrong weird ways, but in a funny cute way. And next I have volume 1 to 3 and 6 from Grand Blue Dreaming. I hear a lot of good things about this series, and I haven't started it yet, but yeah, people are saying that it's really funny and it has one of the best comedies in manga, and I want to try it. And I found it on a sale, so I picked up a couple of volumes, and luckily I managed to find also volumes from the beginning. Next I have Sayuki volume 1. Again, this is a new release that I recently picked up. It's a shonen series, an older shonen series that was re-released in a beautiful hardcover. After that I have the complete run for Ghost and the Lady. These are 2 really nice hardcovers from Kodansha. These are the Black Museum. After that, the complete run for Queen Emeraldas. This is from the same universe that we also have Space Battleship Yamato and Captain Harlock. So if you don't know this universe, try it. It's a sci-fi comedy action. I don't know, it's so good. It's It's something really nice and beautiful, this whole universe. And yeah, let's dive into next. So as I said, Space Battleship Yamato, Captain Harlock, and after that I have Devilman and Cutie Honey. And I just noticed that you cannot see Cutie Honey. So yeah, these are beautiful releases. I think that every manga collector should have these releases at some point in their collection. And I hope that, I don't know, 7 Seas will print out more of this classic series in these beautiful releases, because we have other series that deserve this kind of treatment that are out of print, and I know that a lot of people would enjoy having a print similar to this of those classical series. For example, I don't know, Cyber 009. I know a couple of people who would love to get a nice release like this one for it. But anyway, original series for Devilman, pretty good. I highly recommend it. And another one from Go Nagai, Cutie Honey. So yeah, that was in the back of the second to the last shelf of bookcase number 3. And yeah guys, we are down figuratively and even actually to the last shelf in my collection, to the bottom shelf of my collection. It's this is smaller than the other ones because I had to juggle the sizes of some volumes in this one. But yeah, let's see what we have here. So first I have volume 1 to 3 from Levius. This is the sequel to the main series. After that I have the complete run for Resident Evil volume 1 through 5. By the way, I hope that it's not too dark here because it's kind of hard to get some light in this area. In the back I have a bunch of light novels, so Itachi Stories, The Dark Maidens, Kizumonogatari, the other part of Itachi Stories, the 2 series for... Ooh, and I have a spider! I love spiders. I hope he won't be too upset by me. And as I said, I have 2 volumes from the Nier Automata and volume 1 from Sword Art Online Progressive. This one was a gift, the other ones are stuff that I bought over the years. Let me put this to get this back on the shelf. After that, here I have a really nice find that I was able to pick up on eBay a while ago, and this is Samurai Executioner. And God, these are the smallest and cutest books that I have in my collection. These are old prints by Dark Horse and they are so small. I hope that I can... Actually, I haven't read this one yet, and I hope that I will be able to read the text from them. But yeah, this is complete. This is volume 1 through 10, and it's out of order for some reason. This is from the same mangaka that did Lone Wolf and Cub, and hopefully one day I'll be able to also pick that up. I know that Elias is right now trying to find that series, and he's picking up volumes, so fingers crossed also for him to find Lone Wolf and Cub. By the way, check out his channel if you want to see it. I'll leave a link in the description. It's called Flash Read. Now, let's see what we also have. So in the back, I have an anthology series called Neo Parasite F. So this is an anthology series for the Parasite that you saw before, and again, a bunch of short stories from different authors, different takes on the Parasite universe. I also have Ruby. This is one of the mangas that I don't actually like from my collection. I don't know, at some point I'm gonna reread it. Maybe I'll understand more, maybe after I watch the anime, but without knowing anything about Ruby and just reading this, I don't know, I read it and I got nothing out of it. I also have one book from Osamu Tezuka, The Book of Human Insects. This is one that I still have to read. I also have Dream Fossil from Satoshi Kon, and I'm holding it upside down. So this one contains a set of short stories by Satoshi Kon, and yeah, it was a pretty enjoyable read. I've got this as a gift actually. So from time to time people are actually buying me manga, and that's quite nice because I'm into manga. And another 2-volume series that I recently read and picked up. This one is Ryuko. These ones are by Titan Comics, so an editor that's not usually into manga. But yeah, I'm happy to have them. I wasn't blown away by this story. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see my review for it, but yeah. And the last, by the way, those two are complete also. And I also have here the entire run for Basilic. This is a ninja story between two clans that have to fight for powers. Each ninja has his special ability. It's pretty interesting. It's out of print sadly, but I was able to find a lot on eBay, and from what I saw, it's kind of easy to find. It's brutal, so keep that in mind. And if you don't manage to get it, there's also an anime out for it, and there's also a second anime that's more recent that came out. But that's another story from this universe. And the last volumes from my collection are actually, let me try to get some space, to make some space over here. So I have 5 volumes from Blackjack. So these are the vertical editions. I don't know of any other editions for Blackjack. And sadly, this one will be a series that will be forever out of print in my collection, because I gave up of ever getting this complete. Since these are so out of print and there are a ton of volumes, I think 17 or more, and they go up for hundreds of dollars. So I will never be able to complete this run. And I hopefully at some point I'll be able to get my hands on another print if they ever do it. Hopefully they do. But anyway, the good thing about this one is that the stories inside of it, so practically Blackjack is a set of short stories that involves a doctor, and those short stories are kind of episodic, so you should be able to enjoy it even without having all of the volumes. I think it's kind of similar to Phoenix. And the last volume from my collection, it's The Leech Light Club by Usumaru Furuya. This is the same mangaka that did the release for No Longer Human, that 3-volume series that's pretty expensive. And yeah, it was quite nice. It's a little bit weird, and also in the writing and everything, because from what I know, this one is actually a play that was adapted into a manga. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, guys, this is all for my manga collection. I hope that you enjoyed it, and that you had fun watching this, and that you were able to actually stay until the end of it. I know that it has been a long journey, but yeah, this was it, and this is the last part of my shelves. Now that was it. This was my collection. It ended up being, I think, a pretty long video. I don't know if I'm ever gonna create a video this big ever again on my channel, at least not until my other collection video. So for the ones that were able to stick till the end, damn, you are heroes. That's a pretty big deal. I hope that you like it. I'm going to try to edit it as much as possible to make it as pleasant as possible, so hopefully that was reflected until you got to this point. Yeah, it was a big journey, and I'm pretty glad that I did it. At least now I also have this, I know, as something that I can watch over the years and enjoy and see how my collection looked at that point. As you see there in the middle, I also have comics. I also collect those. I have other collections. So if you would like to ever see them, if you would like to see a comic collection, it's gonna be way shorter. I don't have that many comics. Yeah, please let me know. I can do one of those now that I did a collection video. I'm starting to enjoy videos like this. So 2400 volumes, 2000 books, 3 years and something of collecting, 44 shelves, and we've been together through them. So hope that you really liked it. So thanks for being here, thanks for sticking until the end, and hopefully I'll see you in other videos in the future. As I said, over the length of the video, I left some links in the descriptions with other YouTube channels from people that popped in my head while talking about something or showing you something. It's not that I don't watch other channels, but that's just how it happened randomly. And so yeah, also try to check those channels because they have some great content on there. And I left some links to some impression reviews from the channel. I have playlists for everything. If it helps you navigate better, I don't know, starting a playlist before you tuckle under your blanket and start to watch some YouTube on the TV. That's what I do, at least on weekend mornings and stuff like that. So yeah, enough talking. I think you're sick of me already. So thanks for watching this again, and go read your manga. Because I'm gonna go read my manga. See you, bye bye.